The Bunyip, the mysterious monster of Australia's waterways. Deep in the rivers, swamps, and billabongs of Australia, a strange and powerful creature is said to live. This creature is called the Bunyip, a name that means devil or spirit in several Aboriginal Australian languages. For thousands of years, the Aboriginal peoples of Australia have told stories about the Bunyip, a water-dwelling beast that is both feared and respected. Although no one has ever proven the Bunyip is real, the legend has fascinated explorers, scientists, and storytellers for generations. Today, the Bunyip remains one of the most famous mythical creatures in Australian folklore. What does the Bunyip look like? The Bunyip's appearance changes from story to story. Different Aboriginal groups describe it in different ways, depending on their region and culture. That's part of what makes the Bunyip so mysterious. Some common descriptions say the Bunyip has the body of a large animal, like a hippopotamus or ox. A dog-like or crocodile-like head. Flippers or webbed feet for swimming. Dark fur or scales. Large tusks or horns. A loud, booming cry or roar that echoes through the night. In some stories, it has one eye, in others it has many. Some say it's as big as a horse, while others say it's the size of a cow or even as small as a dog. Because of these differences, some people believe the Bunyip is a spirit being, able to change shape and form whenever it wants. Where does the Bunyip live? The Bunyip is said to live in waterholes, creeks, swamps, and billabongs, a kind of small lake left behind by a river. These are common features in the Australian landscape, especially in the more remote areas. Aboriginal stories often warn people, especially children, to stay away from these dangerous places, especially at night. The Bunyip was said to drag people or animals into the water if they got too close. These stories may have helped keep people safe from drowning or dangerous animals like crocodiles. What does the Bunyip symbolize? In many Aboriginal cultures, the Bunyip is not just a monster, it's a protector of the land and water. Some stories say it punishes those who break sacred laws or disrespect nature. In this way, the Bunyip acts like a guardian spirit, watching over the environment. It also represents the mystery of the unknown. Before modern science, many strange sounds and shadows in the swamp could not be explained. The Bunyip became a way to understand and respect the power of nature. Stories from Aboriginal mythology. One story from southeastern Australia tells of a brave warrior who entered a sacred waterhole, ignoring the elders' warnings. The Bunyip rose from the water in anger and dragged the warrior below, never to be seen again. In another tale, the Bunyip had once been a man who broke tribal laws. The spirits punished him by turning him into a monster who could never leave the swamp. His cries of sorrow can still be heard on quiet nights. These stories were passed down through generations to teach important lessons about respect, obedience, and living in harmony with the land. European settlers and the Bunyip. When European settlers arrived in Australia in the 1800s, they heard Aboriginal stories about the Bunyip and became curious. Some people claimed to find strange bones or see large creatures near swamps. Newspapers at the time even printed Bunyip sightings and drawings based on people's descriptions. In 1845, strange bones were found near the Murrumbidgee River, and scientists thought they might belong to a new creature, possibly the Bunyip. Later, they decided the bones were from a prehistoric animal, but by then the Bunyip had become a legend that people across Australia were talking about. The Bunyip in modern times. Today, the Bunyip is part of Australian pop culture. It appears in children's books and cartoons, folk songs and plays, statues and signs near rivers and swamps, even in tourist attractions in rural towns. Although many now see the Bunyip as a fun or fictional creature, for some Aboriginal people, it still holds spiritual meaning and remains part of their traditional beliefs. Conclusion. The Bunyip is more than just a monster. It is a powerful and mysterious figure from Aboriginal Australian legend that reflects the people's deep connection with the land and water. Whether seen as a warning, a guardian spirit, or a shape-shifting beast, the Bunyip has left a lasting mark on the stories and culture of Australia. It reminds us that even in modern times, ancient legends still have the power to teach, protect, and inspire wonder.